Congratulations, you took the leap and ordered SEINT makeup. Now it's arrived and you don't know what to do? Let me help you put it together. I know changing routines can be very stressful, but it really shouldn't be. If you don't know what SEINT makeup is, it's cream-based makeup and it's formulated for mature skin. It's 3D, so you don't have to have multiple layers of coverage, so it's very light and airy on your face and doesn't settle into your fine lines and wrinkles, which means it makes you look younger. SEINT has a ton of different size palettes. Did you choose the 4 that holds 4 tens, the 8 that holds 8 tens, the 12 that holds 12 tens, the 18 that holds 18 tens, or the big boy like mine, 27 tens? Today we're going to be putting together a collection 8 because this is what I recommend to most of my customers. It's the best bang for your buck. It comes with this palette that holds 8 of our magnetic 10s and our 3D brush. Your makeup is going to come in little 10s like this. Magnetic, the cover slides right off and these pop right into your palette. I personally recommend putting your 10s in the order that you use them. This is Palace. That's the color that I use underneath my eyes and to brighten down my T-zone. This is Aspen. It's a contour color that I use to color correct the redness on my face from dermatitis. This is my main foundation color. We call it a highlight, so that's our main highlight. My contour color I use to contour on my face. My first layer of my palette. Like I said, they're magnetic, so these won't fall out. In the second layer, I put my bronzer. I always recommend a semi-gloss for your lips and cheeks. These can go on your lips and your cheeks. And a satin, which will be a little bit more pigmented. So I put both of those in. And I always suggest getting vanilla dust setting powder so you can set your face with powder. You can tell I use that a lot. We have our palette set up. This is our 3D brush. This is what comes with the collection 8, and you can use this brush to do your entire face. I always recommend 3 brushes. Collection 8 only comes with the 3D brush, but I always recommend 3 brushes. This is the detail brush. It's perfect for putting contour on those spots where you want a little bit more definition, and you can use this for smaller spots or for your eyes. Blush and bronzer brush. I use this side for blush and this side for bronzer or to dust any fallout off my face. 3D brush would be for foundation, but we call that highlights. Now that we've gone over our palette setup, let's go over skin prep. With any makeup system, you're always going to make sure that your skin is hydrated so it applies flawlessly. I always put on my SEINT toner before I put on my moisturizer, and I use the SEINT cream because it's formulated to work with this makeup and it will make it apply absolutely beautifully. You're going to really rub your moisturizer in, get it all under your eyes so those wrinkles look good. And you're gonna let this dry for a couple minutes so it's not all greasy when you put your makeup on. You're always gonna wanna prime your face so your makeup lasts all day long and is flawless. My favorite primer is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is optional, but I always spray my face with the NYX Bear With Me setting spray, just as an extra step because I live in the country in Texas and it's hot and I'm outside and I don't want this stuff going anywhere. And I fan my face dry. Are y'all ready to see my face without the filter? Today's my 40th birthday and I am feeling it. There's all that redness I was telling you about from the dermatitis, and I definitely have the fine lines and wrinkles. I'm going to grab the detail brush and I'm going to go into the shade Palace, which I use underneath my eyes. Your brightening highlight will be whatever you put underneath your eyes and down the center of your face. When you blend, you're just going to tap, 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 tap. You don't need to be swirling. You're just going to tap this makeup into your skin. You don't have to worry about perfect placement of this makeup because it is all going to blend together seamlessly. You have to trust the process because there's going to be a moment here in a second and you're going to go, oh my God, what are you doing? Then you're going to take the other side of that detail brush and I'm going to go into my color Aspen. If you don't have all this redness, you don't have to do this step. You go right into your main highlight color. And I just put this everywhere that I have that dermatitis. I'm just going to do this one side of my face so I can show y'all a comparison to the redness on the other side and show you how well this works. So if you have rosacea or dermatitis like me, or you just get flushed a lot, I'm really, really pale. So when I get the redness on my face, you can really see it. And you can layer up your foundation and cover that, but then you have really thick, cakey makeup and your skin is going to look older than it is. This is the side without the Aspen. See all the redness and the splotchy? This is the side with the Aspen. It really just calms it down and makes it look a little more natural skin-like. There are a couple different ways that you can apply this makeup. I'm gonna do one method on each side of my face so you can see the difference. This is the smudge brush, and when I use this method like this is the brush that I use. Above your cheekbone, we don't want to pull our cheekbone down. I go right under my chin so I can snatch that up. A little on the end of my nose because I have a beak nose. I get that luscious lip. Trust me, do it. I put a little bit up here on my eye because this is what I use for my eyeshadow as well. Trust the process, it will all blend. Side of my face, I'm going to use the detail brush for the application. This application will go a little bit quicker because it's kind of blended in already as you apply it. The purpose of putting it on your forehead is I have a really high forehead and this will bring your forehead down because contour provides shadow, which gives you dimension. So this will make my forehead forehead looks smaller. If you have a small forehead, just do a little line. You don't need a big old swatch like me. And I'm gonna tap right there above my cheekbone. Ooh, that's a lot, don't worry. For my eyeshadow once again. Now we're gonna head to our main highlight color. On this side of my face, I'm just gonna put a couple dots where I need that color. And also do it if you wanted to do lines, that's fine as well. It's just like paint by numbers. If you don't wanna do the dot method, you're gonna use your brush. I use the big side here and I just tap right into that makeup and then I just put it right where I need it. Like I said, this is 3D makeup, so you don't have to apply it everywhere. You don't want to put foundation everywhere and then come back and put contour, then come back and put bronzer, and then come back and put blush. We're not layering, ladies. We're 40 now. We do not want a lot of product on our face. Change is scary, so I always tell my ladies that are first starting out with this makeup to hit themselves with a little setting spray before they blend because it'll blend a little bit easier. Which side are y'all liking for the application? I personally like doing it this way because I feel like it goes on a little bit easier because there's less to blend. Look how fast that was right there. And I know it looks muddy, but just trust the process, leave it. You don't even have to blend this very much right there, just right at the top. You wanna leave that crease. See, now over here, I've gotta blend this up. Always blend up with your contour. You don't wanna be blending down and pulling your cheek down. And the eyeshadow's optional. I'm just lazy and that's how I do my eyes. I just tap it straight in like this and then pull it up like a wing all the way to my temple and it will blend in seamlessly and give me a lift. Look at that eye already. My 3D brush here and I'm gonna start with my main highlight colors and you're just gonna tap. Always tap with your makeup, never swoosh. You don't want lines in your makeup. Tapping will keep it right on top of your skin there. It won't settle into your fine lines and wrinkles and it will just be flawless and beautiful. Now I'm gonna tap into my bronzer right here and I'm gonna put just a little bit on the cheeks right there, on my forehead up here, and my neck. Don't forget your neck. Now I'm just gonna tap all this in and give myself a little bit of a glow. Yes, I'm layering this, but it's so minimal. It's not gonna look thick and cakey. You can actually put all this on in one layer. I just prefer to do it in a second layer, but that's just my preference. If you do the dot method or the line method, you can put it all on in one layer. Swoosh when I blend on my neck and I go up into my ear so I get all of that coverage and I look nice and seamless. I'm gonna come back with the pointy side of my 3D brush here and I'm gonna put just a little bit of my lightest color down the center of my face just to give myself a little pop of highlight there. You go right here on the side of your nose up to your eye. Look at that dimension it gave me. Blush and bronzer brush, you're gonna use the small side for your blush. This is the satin blush and then this is the gloss one. So let me show you the difference here. The color difference, this one has more shine to it and is more transparent and then this one is a little bit darker. So if I swatch it on my hand here, that's the difference between a gloss and a satin. I'm gonna tap right into the satin here, give myself a little pop of color. We have a ton of different blush colors. We also have a ton of different highlights or foundation colors, so we can accommodate all skin types and tones. If you need to be color matched, you just go to the link in my bio and go to the color match form and I can help you pick your colors. Look how nice and natural this looks. Let me show you that I don't have the retouch on. No retouch, retouch. I wouldn't do you dirty like that. Okay, back to no retouch. NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray is what I like to use when I'm done with my makeup. And I just give it a good spray. Y'all don't be afraid of setting spray. I swear it won't hurt you. Then I just fan it a little bit. You can let it air dry, that's fine, but I'm impatient. After my setting spray is dry, I go into my Vanilla Dust Setting Powder. You can use the end of one of your brushes, but I like to use a little triangle. I'm just gonna set down the center of my face to take the shine off my T-zone, and that's gonna make me look a little bit younger. Can you see the difference in this side versus this side? Now, if you like the completely dewy look, stay with that. I like to mattify down the middle of my face and then leave the rest dewy. Now, your makeup should not be sticky. If your makeup is sticky, you have on a little bit too much. So you can always get a wet beauty blender and blend it in a little bit more, or you can put setting powder on top of it. And don't neglect your eyebrows. I usually just come back with my contour color and I can fill them in a little bit with my brow brush. I hope this tutorial helped y'all, and I'm excited for y'all to get started on your journey. Let me know if you have any questions.